Hi, welcome back to another show. My name is Jeetu Jason, and you're watching Impact India. Why should you always think that you're wrong about everything, except for the laws of physics, maybe? It's because that's how humanity has been for the last 10,000 years. We were a lot wrong 10,000 years ago, and we are less wrong today. But that doesn't mean what we have today is correct. Conventional wisdom is always wrong, except for, the laws of physics. So even in personal life, it's better to take the approach that you're wrong about everything so that you question your own beliefs again and again forever, rather than thinking that you're right. Now, you might question or you might say, well, that affects confidence and self-esteem. Well, for some people it might, but if you're capable of doing this, this is a superpower. If you can consider your all your beliefs, your position basically wrong, then you would constantly accept criticism and seek it out with a lot of pain. When I get comments on this channel, I ask myself, is my belief still correct because of this new comment, or do I need to change it? So I ask them, or I challenge them in the comment section to find out who's the correct person here. One of us is wrong here, or we both are wrong here, and I need to find that out. So through this trial and error effort, I become less and less wrong each day as people correct me on my own channel. So if you put yourself out there, yes, it is vulnerable, yes, it is exposing your own mindset to criticism by the entire internet. Basically, if this is viewed by a bunch of people and if they know something more than me, they will tell me, they will mock me, they will bully me, which is a good thing if you can handle it, that is. So always put yourself out there, even if you're wrong. You'll never be correct. This gives some kind of a solace or a comfort to know that you're always going to be wrong. Once you accept this premise, you would never be afraid of speaking your mind out, even when you know or when you're not sure about what you believe in is true or not. So I take that approach on this channel. I say whatever I want without any remorse, or I don't pull my punches. I don't mince my words. I say whatever the fuck I want. And if it gets me into trouble, if I'm checked by society, okay, I know this is like that, that is like that. I get feedback. This feedback is as good as gold. Once you get it, you can fine tune yourself. You can calibrate yourself to reality much better than people who don't do this, who don't have this tight feedback loop. Once you get into this tight feedback loop, you accelerate, you change, you correct yourself in an accelerated time frame. Otherwise, it would take you a lifetime to figure this out, to become as correct as you could be in like an year of content creation or year of putting yourself out there, basically. So build in public, do things in public so that you get massive amounts of feedback. And this gives you also a clear picture idea of uh, where society stands, where you are in comparison to the rest of society. Are you stupider than the average person in society, or are you better than the average person in society? So you can gauge that, and once you gauge that, okay, you're here, so who's more correct than me? Take their feedback. They will give you feedback, they will criticize you, they will bully you. Take that on your chin. Okay, go with it. If you're wrong, um, admit it and move on. Okay, fine. You might not want to admit it then and there because there's ego and all of that. So don't admit it in the moment, but at least in the back of your head when you are out of that fight and argument, come to your fucking senses. Call a spade a spade. And if you're in tune with reality, if you're more aligned with reality, the chances of you making decisions that are going to result in success increases dramatically. If you're more aligned with reality, your plans are more likely to bear fruit than someone who's not aligned with reality. This has been one of my biggest mistakes in life. I'm guilty of wishful thinking. That has been the single biggest problem in my planning. But once you start putting yourself out there, the feedback is extremely brutal and quick. Then you can incorporate that into your psyche, into your philosophy, and become better each day. As a matter of fact, your planning ability will improve. The odds of your plans working out compared to somebody who's susceptible to wishful thinking is enormous, it's extremely high. But in order to get to that level, in order to get rid of this wishful thinking default nature that most human beings have, you have to have a tight feedback loop. And in order to do that, you have to put yourself out there. Always build in public, always do whatever you want in public so that you can get massive amounts of feedback and criticism and Frankly, the internet is basically a bully. But if you're comfortable with that, if you're okay with this, you will grow at a much faster rate and become aligned with reality much faster. Your mental model of reality would be closer to what it actually is objectively, and therefore you would make less mistakes in your planning and your scheming and your strategies. So that's it for today. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you want to praise me, do that. If you want to criticize me, bully me, go for that too. I'm all for bullying. Okay, I'm pro bullying, by the way. Okay, I'm joking. That's it for today. I will see you in the next one. Until next time, bye.